Aloha, y'all. Welcome back to Yesterday in Deli, the Daily Deli Show. Let's get right to it. Alex Walker Jr. was named the starter ahead of the Hawaii Blacktips Week 2 matchup in San Francisco against the California Canines. Similarly, Jacob King was named the starter ahead of Japan Nobunaga's home matchup against the incoming San Francisco Grizzlies. Let's go to Walker's inaugural start to see how the Blacktips fared. First quarter, the Blacktips strike first on a dominant drive led by A.J. Dockman Sr., who punched in a touchdown from 4 yards out. The Canines would quickly strike back with a Clutch Thompson 4-yard touchdown run of his own. After a few big defensive plays, shut down drives for each team, kicker would connect on a short field goal to give Hawaii a 3-point lead. Kicker would quickly get another chance following a Carlos Thompson Jr. forced fumble and recovery on slot receiver Armani Dyer. However, kicker would miss the 54-yard try. Kalen Baker would quickly cash in on two 20-yard passes to set up Josh Fisher to tie up the game going into the half. A strong Kalen Baker drive out of the break would allow Clutch Thompson to pound his way into the end zone yet again. A quick Nick Dennis interception would allow Kalen Baker to toss a touchdown to Mark Diente to extend their lead to 14. From here, Alex Walker Jr. would connect with Malcolm Leonard V on a deep pass on 3rd and long, which eventually set up A.J. Dockman for his second touchdown of the night. After an Otto Groman forced fumble and Axel Adams' recovery, Alex Walker Jr. would tie the game with a perfect corner of the end zone throw and toe-tapping catch by K.J. Brown Jr. Kalen Baker walked back onto the field and once again proved why the Canines made him the second overall pick. During many beautiful throws and plays, including a short pass to Armani Dyer that he took for 31 yards, eventually setting up Clutch Thompson's third score. However, the Hawaii Blacktips were not done either, quickly gathering 34 yards on a balanced attack. However, on 1st and 10, Luke Castle III would get to Alex Walker Jr. and throw him down for an 8-yard loss. And on the next play, Luke Castle III would punch the ball free, where Bruce Wells would track it down and jump on it. After being forced to burn their first 2 timeouts, the Blacktips would see their hopes slip away as Kalen Baker delivered on 3rd down with a connection to Jack Avery. Now let's hop over to Haramoto Field in Tokyo Stadium, Japan to see how King's first start went. Grizzlies win the coin toss and elect to receive. Following a 14-yard run by utility man Drew Lock, Damon Hartzell III is able to make an excellent racing catch down the sideline in the end zone in what was additionally a perfectly placed 47-yard dot by Christian Vick. After strong defensive play from both sides, headlined by John Berkeley taking down Vick twice in the first half, Devontae Bridges was able to find the end zone. Jacob King would then look to strike back, looking towards Antoine Vesley and finding Corey Fulton. King would have another chance following the interception due to a missed Grizzlies field goal, but the quarterback's rough debut would continue when a screen pass is read perfectly by Royce Collymore II, who was able to race down the open field for a 27-yard pick six. Antoine Vesley would be able to turn a short slant into a 44-yard gain, which would allow an Aaron Ramsdale field goal just before the half to shrink their deficit to 21-3. King would start the third quarter by leading a scoring drive, concluding with a 5-yard toss to Laza Laza. After another Grizzlies missed field goal, Vesley would take an end around 67 yards for a score to put the Grizzlies lead 2-5. On the ensuing 2-point try, King would hit Vesley on a bubble screen, who would then immediately be blown up by Collymore. Aaron Ramsdale would cut the deficit to 2 following Keela Weatherspoon recovering a fumble forced by Marvell Rye. However, Christian Vick would lead his most impressive drive yet, going 7 for 7 and sealing the drive with an 18-yard touchdown to Spud Lowell. King would attempt to match Vick to keep the Nobunaga in the game, starting the drive 4 for 5 for 63 yards. However, on 2nd and 1, Jacob King would toss his third interception of the night to who else but Royce Collymore, who would get named the player of the week for his ridiculous performance. In other news, Loki Rose was announced as the starter for Japan Nobunaga in Week 3. This ended up sparking many Nobunaga players to publicly call out their quarterback for his lackluster play. The Canines jumped on the opportunity to trade for the low-value player, setting a 5th and 7 to acquire Jacob as a backup before inking him and Jacob Hunter to brand new deals. Additionally, the Canines signed Clutch Thompson to a 4-year, $16 million deal. Japan would ink Zishin Mamu to a 4-year deal as well. The Hawaii Blacktips were busy handing their players some money as well, signing key players such as Alex Bradford and Jalen Cruz to 3-year deals, and additionally keeping their superstar Axel Adams around for 4. The Jacob King controversy wasn't over with the trade, though. It came storming back as the day progressed, as the beef between he and John Berkeley quickly emerged as a trending story. Tomorrow, we'll let you know how this beef wrapped up, and potentially more importantly, we'll be talking the future of Deli, and this is referring to both the 6 expansion teams and the upcoming Rookie Showcast game. This one's already long enough, so see y'all.